This presentation focuses on opportunities to provide automation for printers whose customers require quick turnaround, complex kitting and shipping requirements to multiple locations, and potentially strict billing requirements when printing collateral to support their campaigns. Many times, these types of orders arrive at the printer in some flavor of an Excel sheet that have been electronically exported from their systems. CSS Group's DataBridge offers limitless integration possibilities with a variety of ways to trigger a connection to whatever system has been set up and scripted, including your MIS system. Dropping an Excel sheet into a designated folder can trigger DataBridge to import the Excel sheet data, and using customizable scripts will convert that information into the appropriate location in the designated database. And in this example, that's Data Manager. In other cases, it might additionally be processed directly in an existing NMIS system at the same time. Another example is where DataBridge is invaluable to a printer is for those companies who again receive a lot of similar orders, but in this case they have a workflow to print those orders as gang forms or multiple orders together on a single form. Gang printing has huge benefits to reducing costs, but require integrated detailed layout information to update the MIS system, and Data Manager can drive this entire process. So the setup for this presentation is the example Excel sheet that we've prepared is a list of 8 box toppers and a PO line number that must be referenced in the billing statement for each of them. Each unique order contains enough information to enter and produce printed material, including detailed shipping requirements. There are also 8 PDF files that have been uploaded to a folder on the FTP site, and each PDF name matches a designated field in the order. DataBridge scripts will read the supplied Excel sheet, and based upon information provided and the business logic included in the customizable scripts, it will process those orders using the rules into a Data Manager job. In most Data Manager installations, this process also triggers a job creation, links to, or stages the connection to a prepress system and its predefined job folder tree. This presentation also introduces Data Manager's print production web portal, DataPlanner, a series of web pages to manage the entire print production process. This starts by connecting prepress from order creation through graphic receipt, verification, file processing, proofing, approvals, and then on to layouts. Once prepress has prepared layouts, those layout JDF files are translated by DM services into critical, accurate print production information to support managing printing, inventory, and the scheduling process, including press, finishing, and shipping. We will use the DataPlanners Preplan page for this presentation, specifically designed as an overview page for prepress to sort and sift through existing or incoming orders to determine the best way to organize them into production layouts, and once planned, then through production. So let's watch the presentation. There are many ways to start reviewing an order in Data Manager, but for this presentation, we will use Data Manager's Item Overview window. This window provides a quick search feature to locate the item you're looking for, or if a more complex search is required, then the full search capabilities can be exposed and utilized to perform that search. In this example, I will use the quick search feature and look for box toppers. Performing the search results in displaying my 8 items that we imported through DataBridge. And if we want to review or edit order entry information, then by selecting a single order, we can drill into it to expose additional order detail. Every Data Manager production job contains a customer, and during the import of this job, the script pulled in a list of contacts that have been related to this job automatically. We can see the selected employees and their roles, including outside vendors or suppliers, contacts that have been automatically linked to this job. Customer setups in DM provide the organization and maintenance of these contacts. Emails can programmatically be generated and distributed as required. This list additionally sets approval rules when implementing the Data Manager graphic approval process. Let's then move back to the item view. you immediately notice a tabbed interface. In this example, the order and the imported data resides in 3 of the tabs. Again, future presentations will highlight the implementation and functionality of the additional tabs. In this case, 3 of the items tabs will contain a combination of related data from the import as well as data that the business rules used in the import script have additionally set and adjusted during the processing of the order. On the Item tab, we see order information relative to the component, item specs like sizes, stock, page counts, with any additional finishing requirement steps required that have been automatically added. If we then select the Colors tab, we will see the colors required for the printing of the front and back of this piece. Moving to the Work Order tab, which contains core order information concerning purchase order, ordered quantities, due dates, and packing shipping details that are required. Lastly, the Shipping tab contains a list of all shipments required to complete the order. Shipping records have been completed enough to print out a detailed shipping label or update an external MIS system with core information. If this job is to run as a self-combo or the only item in the form, then we again have enough data to use Data Manager's layout calculator to decide on the press, sheet size, and print method that will be used. A new interface then presents choices with a series of filters at the top. The system is run through all the possible combinations of press, sheet size, and layout types to produce a list of possible choices sorted by the best coverage available. And on each option, it details out the required sheet count, sheet size, and print method used. An operator can use the filters to limit choices by either selecting a series of presses, print method, if available, or stock sizes. For this job, we will select the filters to limit the choices of the available options to either the 40-inch or the 64-inch press, allowing us to compare both presses' requirements and then choose what we would like to use for this job. This action then creates a detailed layout record that can be used by any connected planning engine to produce a layout JDF, or can feed back key data information to the MIS system. The Excel sheet we imported, we actually wanted to plan using gang form printing. To do this effectively, we need a specialized window designed to compare and contrast orders at the same time, while attempting to create order combinations into the best layouts. This specialized interface is DataPlanners Preplanning window. The pre-planning window is designed to provide the searching, sifting, and sorting of all orders. And once orders have been selected, then there's a variety of features are designed to provide automated workflow functions across the selection. Additional presentations will discuss most of these options, including working with a wide variety of planning engines that automate the process of selecting orders and processing those orders into imposed output layouts that can be plated or printed. So by selecting the pre-planning icon, this will open the pre-planning window, which automatically loads all the pending orders. These orders are available for us to select, and as stated earlier, they contain logic on how to automate the aligning of graphics by using orders customer part number to associate with the matching graphic name. The design of this page mimics what people like to do in Excel. You can hide show columns, adjust column order, set column width, saving your personalized views. You also can set an ordered sort criteria on selected columns, resulting in presenting data exactly as you would like to view it. And your favorite sorts can be saved as sets, providing a convenient way to organize and view search results for a variety of purposes. We will use this logic to compare order information against our catalog of FTP files and copy the appropriate graphic for that order into the job, as well as submit another copy to the associated pre-flight workflow. At this point, we don't have any job folders created, so this action will trigger the folder creation and, if implemented, the potential integration with the pre-press system. Using my selected orders, then hitting the Collect FTP Asset button, this will perform the search for using DM's graphic catalog on the FTP site, locate the desired selection, and move those graphics into the designated job folder and the pre-flight workflow. By double-clicking on the order, we can drill into it to review the aligned graphics. Previously, the Item Files tab was empty, as there were no files or folders on the server for this job. Upon review, though, we see that the required folder tree has been created, and instead of a single file, this job actually contains 3 files. Looking carefully, we see that a time and date stamp folder was created, and that it contains an exact copy of the supplied graphic, as well as a copy was then submitted to a pre-flight routine, which, when finished, generates a pre-flight report as well as an adjusted version of the graphic. If we zoom into the pre-flight report, we can review that issues were indeed detected, but it also states the routine is then fixed and passed the supply graphic. The report confirms that the file can be used, but now we need to visually inspect this file for potential issues. Double-clicking the file opens the image detail window, so we can inspect what potential issues this file might have. We can review that the trim box of the final file matches the item's final or flat size, and we can review that the color separations matches the file separations. Using the zoom feature, we can review the edge of the file. We can see a common problem with supplied files is that this file, like many, requires bleed or image outside of the trim box. So this is going to have to be corrected. In order to fix this, many times the operator has to ask the graphic supplier to submit a replacement file to correct the problem. In this instance, we use a specialized workflow that uses image data close to the trim box to mirror into the bleed areas, then save a modified version of the file back to the job. Upon refreshing the page, we can see that our file now has additional bleed, and by selecting the original file and the new file, we can compare the differences between the files. Once we are satisfied with the supplied graphic, we then can copy it into the designated folder that the layout planning engine will use to generate an imposed PDF layout file. And lastly, we will then go back to the pre-plan page and use another function that runs routines against the selected orders. In this case, we are checking to see if all PDF files have passed whatever approvals or workflows that they've been sequenced through, and that they are ready for processing into impositions and layouts, including a hover showing a thumbnail of files that are ready.